Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I wanted to show you a stitch you can do, for example, a headband. You can do infinity scarves, you can do blouses. Well, this stitch has to be worked in rounds. Well, not necessarily, you can work in flat also, but in rounds it would look like this. So this is the front of the work and this is the back of the work. Yeah. So in here I joined, where is the tail? Here I joined into a circle, yeah, the foundation single crochet. If you choose to do only chains instead of foundation single crochet, I will tell you this stitch works with multiples of 3, and in the first chain that you will join into a circle, from there you will start to do the stitch. Yeah, this is really easy, this stitch. This yarn recommends that I should use 3.0 millimeter crochet hook, and the stitch is somewhat thick. If you want thicker, then you know it's better for colder days. Yeah, it's really nice, this one. Okay, so like I said, multiples of 3. I have here multiples of 3. I'm working with the foundation single crochet. You can choose just chains, that's okay. So after I do this, I'm gonna join this into a circle. Make sure that this is not twisted. So I'm gonna go into the last chain here where I started. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just do a slip stitch into the next loop, then a single crochet, and then I'm gonna go to the first stitch and I'm gonna do a slip stitch again. Yeah. So this is where we closed. Okay, now I'm gonna chain 1, and in here in the first stitch, so if you do the chain, only chains, if you choose, you can do in each chain single crochet. So you're gonna start single crochet into the first stitch that the chain that you just put together, yeah, into a circle. So I have already the foundation single crochet. I'm not gonna do single crochet 1 row. I'm gonna chain 2. So in total we have 3 chains. Then I'm gonna do into the same stitch here, the first one, I'm gonna do 4 double crochet together. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one. You're gonna have 5 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through all 5 loops. Then we're gonna skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the 3rd stitch we're gonna repeat. We're gonna do a single crochet. We didn't do the single crochet into the first stitch, we just chain 3. Yeah. Then you're gonna chain 2, and into the same stitch you're gonna do 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 double crochet without finishing them. Pull the yarn through all these loops, and again we're gonna skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the 3rd we're gonna repeat single crochet, chain 2, and 4 double crochet together into the same stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4th double crochet. 5 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through all 5 loops, and we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. Skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd we're gonna repeat single crochet, chain 2, and 4 double crochets together into the same stitch where we did that single crochet. So I need one more. 5 loops, pull the yarn through all 5 loops, skip 2 stitches, and into the third we repeat. It's a very easy stitch. This can be worked in you know, rounds, flat, whatever, but it's gonna be a little bit bumpy if you work flat, this one. So we need to do one more. Skip 2, and into the third we repeat. You can do only one chain if you think, what did I do there? If you think it's too loose, you can do, for example, only one chain if you like. Skip 2, and into the third we repeat. I think this one will look nice if the yarn is a little bit, well, thicker. Especially if you want this as a headband. The yarn should be a little bit thick to keep you warm. So again, skip 2, into the third stitch. I'm gonna do all this. If you don't like 4 double crochet together, you can do only 3, depends. So if you started with single crochet and you want to finish with the single crochet, you can do that in each stitch. So you're gonna do one in the single crochet and one single crochet, and then a single crochet into the 2 chain space, and then into the stitch where you close these 4 double crochet together. That will be the I skipped the I closed it. And this, at least for me, we have at the end here, there is the tail, so we have left 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. Yeah? We're gonna skip the 2 stitches, and into the third one right here we're gonna repeat 1 single crochet, chain 2, and 4 double crochet together in that last stitch. I will not how you say, I will just do continually, you know. So I have the 2 chain here, so I'm gonna go in there and do a single crochet. Yeah. I'm gonna chain 2, and then I'm gonna do 4 double crochet together. I'm not gonna slip stitch when I join the new row. I will just go directly into the next 2 chain space. So now I'm gonna move to the next 2 chain space. So the next cluster, 2 chain space. Yeah. So you're gonna go in there, single crochet, chain 2, and 4 double crochet together. So this is the stitch. You can do like this on and on and on for the remaining of the project, whatever you do. Yeah. So this, they're gonna be stuck on top of each other. Yeah, this 4 double crochet together. So you move to the next cluster. So you're gonna do the same. You're gonna go into that 2 chain space. You're gonna do a single crochet, chain 2, and you're gonna repeat 4 double crochet into that space. and you're gonna go on and on and on like this until you reach the other end. And when you reach the other end, you just go into, you're gonna work into the 2 chain spaces. That's it. Yeah? So you move to the next cluster, and in 2 chain space there, you're gonna do this. It's a very easy stitch, goes really fast, but working with double crochets might eat some yarn, but for a headband, it's not gonna take that much, I think. So you move to the next cluster, into the 2 chain space. You're gonna keep doing this. It's 1 row repeat, that's it. So this stitch I have a scarf on Scorpio Rising on this channel. I have a scarf, so the scarf it's a little bit bumpy, but with this it's not gonna be that bumpy. Now depends the yarn size. If you're gonna use a chunky one or a kind of thick one, then it's gonna be a little bit bumpy, even the headband. Yeah? So you move to the next cluster and you work like this. I just want to reach the other end and show you how you continue with the new row. It's no slip stitch, no chaining, you just do the stitch continually. Okay, move to the next. If I move too fast, you have an option on the right side of the video. It's like a wheel, and you can like a gear or whatever is that, and you can set the speed of the video, faster, slower, it's up to you. Three, 4, and we are almost at the end, so we're gonna do the stitch until we reach the end, because sometimes when you reach the end and you have to slip stitch and chain and continue with the stitch, you might have you can see where you slip stitch to join the new row. But with this one you just go on and on and on and on. Okay, so we are at the end here. Yeah, so this is the tail where we started. So directly you have the 2 chain space. Yeah, you have the next cluster and 2 chain space, and you're gonna go into that 2 chain space, and you're gonna repeat single crochet, chain 2, and 4 double crochet together. And you're going to do like this. For this headband, I put 76 stitches. You can put less or more. So you go to the next cluster and you repeat. And with this, you don't have that seam that will look when you join the new row. It's gonna be like this, and this is gonna be stuck on top of each other. So this is what we worked. It's the same like the other one. Well, the yarn that you're gonna use is gonna recommend the crochet hook that you should use with that yarn. I use the 3.0 millimeter crochet hook, so it's up to you how you're gonna do this. I just kept the tail here just to show you how it looks when we join the foundation single crochet. So this one I can hide it like I did somewhere in here where I closed. Well, for example, let's go back to the first where we started, yeah, where you have to join, yeah, if you want to close this. Yeah. So you should have the same amount. So here we have 2, 1, 2. So we did only 2 rows. So we have 1, 2. You should have the same amount of rows when you're close to close the work. Yeah. So after you finish, and for example now you're gonna start the 3rd row. Yeah. But now you're just gonna go to the 2 chain space, and you're gonna do a slip stitch, yeah, and you go on top of the stitch or you can go to the next 2 chain space, but I'm gonna go on top of the stitch, the next stitch where we close this 4 double crochet. So you're gonna go there and you're gonna do a slip stitch, and if you want you can jump to the next 2 chain space and you're gonna do a slip stitch, and this is gonna be closed. Yeah, you're gonna chain 1. Yeah? You're gonna pull up a loop, you're gonna cut the yarn, and then you're gonna pull this, and then it's gonna make a knot, and then you can hide it in the back. So it's gonna look like this when you close. Yeah? Like here. This is where I closed. You can do so many things with this this stitch. Just give it a try. 1 row repeat if you like to do bags, or you can do like a blouse, but you're gonna work this in rounds until you reach like under your arm, and from there you're gonna have to count how many clusters of this you have, and you're gonna make it in half. Yeah, so in here, let's say you're gonna start or you're gonna stop the same amount. 2 clusters for the arms you're gonna leave, 2 each side, 2 clusters, and then you're gonna go up to finish the work. If you do a blouse, for example, you can do a sweater with this one if you like. Yeah? Okay, well, thank you for watching. I hope you like this this stitch. Give it a try. Bye bye.